This is a boxer rescue update. I've given this old girl the name Audrey after bringing her in off the street in front of my shop. Audrey gets along great with her other dog Peaches. It's as if they were old friends that have been reunited. Peaches is 2 or 3 years old and has been with us since September 2015. She was first rescued by a family in another county, but they had to give her up after realizing that her never diminishing desire to engage in rambunctious play might cause injury to their youngest child. But instead of taking her back where they found her, they listed her on a website called rescueme.org. That's where I found her. Now, Peaches receives a great deal of love and attention from us, but she's still bored most of the time and is constantly trying to get one or both of us to play with her. Audrey, on the other hand, is older and is most content when resting somewhere near me. She does get excited, though. The way Audrey acts when witnessing any aggressive behavior between my wife and I as we play gives me the impression that Audrey was not the only one being abused in the household she was ejected from.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Good girl. We make you work on purpose. And it's been a couple days. We're still doing pretty good. Starting to get attached to her. My wife is away in California visiting her mom for a week, and I didn't have permission to get another dog while she was gone. So, a good friend of mine, Joe Richardson, gave me a collar. So now at least she looks a little more like somebody loves her. And I've actually been contemplating names. I'm trying to avoid naming her because once she has a name, I'm committed. She may be a little bit mad at me. So she has some tics, and I've been trying to get them off of her. And I've pulled two. I'm going to lay down. You are laying down. Come here. Show me your neck. Show me. Now, there's one right here that I have been messing with. You're supposed to be able just to irritate them and they'll pull their head out and move on to another spot. But we're not getting anywhere. There's two of them that I spent probably 4 or 5 minutes on each one, just spinning them around, and they didn't come out. But of course yesterday, being my day off, I went to a feed store and got a dewormer, and Peaches has had worms in her poop, and I wanted to do that for her anyway, so I just doubled up and got for both of them. And I also got some of the stuff you put in between the shoulder blades to kill the fleas and ticks. So can't really afford the vet, but I can afford little things, although that flea and tick stuff is pretty expensive for what it is. but we're still doing pretty good. She feels at home. Morning. Nothing gets the dogs up moving around like a mailman coming in. She was just calm as she could be until the mailman comes in. Yeah, grab it. Grab it. Pull. Well, this is not so exciting. Let's move on to something else. Teaching Audrey how to play. Audrey doesn't know how to play. Nobody ever play with her. You happy? It's a little small, isn't it? You need a bigger sandbox. Now that we have a second dog, we need a bigger sandbox anyway. So, see what I can do about that. This used to be one of the old garage doors. Now I've used it like a workbench, setting it up on sawhorses, but I think I can cut that off here. And I've got some drops left over from when I was repaneling the outside of my shop. These are just some little like 8-inch wide strips that were a little bit too where the 8-foot panels were just a little bit too long for this, so I think that would work for the sides. While it may be frustrating to my wife for me to keep stuff laying around for years until I find something to use it for, it is nice to be able to reuse something in a useful way. So the gray wood here is from the old garage door. The pieces sticking up out of it are from the walls when I replaced them on the shop. And inside the corners, each one of the corners has one of these little brackets that came off of an old table that I had for a long time, and it wasn't worth restoring, so I just took it apart, kept what was good from it, and waited for an opportunity to reuse it. So now I've got a sandbox that's big enough for both dogs. I'm going to move it over into its spot and see if they like it. Peaches knows what to do with it. Audrey's got to learn. I think she's worried about getting in trouble. But this is their box. The only place they have permission to dig. It's like that. Good girl. Have fun. Have fun. You know, some people say I spoil my dogs. And to them I say, so what? Yeah. Audrey's been with us about 3 weeks now. Come here, girl. And looking at her neck, the wound on her neck is just about, well, it's much better. Swelling's gone down. Got hair over most of it. And she's getting to be in pretty good health now. She's getting her shape back, get some weight on her, and she just loves being with us. So she's our dog.
As I watch these girls play, I ask myself, are dog prayers answered? Can dogs pray? To me, a prayer is simply a heartfelt plea for help. Words are optional. Seeing the wounds on Audrey's neck and her missing and damaged teeth gives me the impression she was chained and tried desperately to pull and chew her way off the chain. I can imagine the words she might have spoken to her captor if she had that ability. I don't know what I did to lose the love I received as a pup. Please don't leave me here chained with no food or water, all alone. All alone. If you don't want me anymore, end my life or cast me out. Either way would be a relief compared to the pain of living this way. I can almost feel her anguish. On the other hand, Peach's idea of suffering is much less horrific, and I know exactly what her thoughts are as she sits and stares at me with a toy in her mouth. She might walk away for a moment and then return right away with a different toy. Her words might be something like this.
Hey, let's play. Throw this. Wrestle me for it. Come on, try and take it away. Hey, I've got an idea. Let's go outside. Chase me. Let's play with this.
And so on, and so on, and so on. She's a very high-spirited, rambunctious little girl who wants to play constantly. And I'm an older fella, and try as I might, I can't keep up with her. These girls seem to have found what they needed in each other, and in my mind, both of the prayers have been heard and answered. If you would like to be an instrument of an answered prayer, RescueMe.org has a constant flow of all kinds of animals that need new homes. They have listings from both individuals and organizations across the U.S. I'll put a link in the show notes below the video if you'd like to check them out. Now, I'm not telling you this because they asked me to. I'm telling you this because that's how I got Peaches, and there are hundreds, thousands of animals that need homes. I'll be back with another video real soon. Share the love and take care, my friends.
Chase is on. Don't hit me.
Woo-hoo!